Hello guys, I hope you are all doing well. So today is going to be a very chill, chatty video. I'm going to try again to do a soft spoken. Not used to this still. I'm more used to do whispering, but I'm going to do it anyways because I find it pretty relaxing, to be honest. So I have my bottle of water here because I'm going to talk a bit with you guys. I'm just going to tell you something that I think maybe can interest you. So since this year I restarted working as a tour leader, I'm going to tell you guys where I brought my tourists this year. So it was a very nice season. I used to do this job some years ago, and I restarted this year after a few years of a stop. And yes, it was really nice. I worked mainly with tourists from France. There were also some tourists from Belgium in the groups. And yes, I worked mainly in Italy. So I went with the tourists in some super nice places in Italy that I personally love. The lakes, well, if you follow me on my social media, I'm sure you've noticed that I did quite a few, well, a bunch really of videos and photos of the lakes. And so yes, when I say the lakes, I mean well, Lake Como, which is especially for British people and US people, very well known. But also Lake Maggiore, it's like one of my favorites. Lake Orta, which is close to Lake Maggiore, and a little tiny bit this year of Lake Garda. So we visited very nice places in these lakes. On these lakes, very nice areas. We didn't see Georgia on Lake Como. He didn't invite us into his villa, but yes, we saw it. We saw the villa because you can see it even from the bus, just a tiny bit. What did we do? We saw Villa Carlotto. Well, Villa Carlotto is one of those places that you basically have to do in a way. I mean, if you go with groups of tourists, if you go on a tour on a group on Lake Como, you would mainly do Bellagio, which is world famous really, and Villa Carlotto. Villa Carlotto is located on Tremezzo, so it's very nice. If you love the gardens, botanical gardens, is super nice because there are very nice plants, nice flowers. Every month has different flowers, so that's very nice. And also the villa itself is nice. You have nice sculptures, nice decorations, nice architecture. It has an amazing view on the lake because it's really on the lake, so faces the lake. So nice. Pretty embarrassing to see how excited I'm talking about these things, but they're really truly nice places. And then well, you'd go to Varenna often, which is also very nice. In the last few years it has grown a lot for the tourists, so it became pretty famous, I would say, not as Bellagio, but still pretty famous. Whereas on Lake Maggiore you do the Isole Borromee, which are mainly Isola Bella, Isola Madre, Isola dei Pescatori. And yes, on these islands there are nice palazzi, so very nice buildings, villas in a way, but they're more like palazzi really. And yes, you can visit them, and there as well there are some nice gardens that you can visit. If you go there, you'd have to go really on the not summer season necessarily, but from spring, summer into the autumn. But then November these places are closed, so you can't even see the gardens. Then you can go to see, I mean, we went to see, you can do that as well, of course, if you want. You can go to see Villa Taranto in Verbania. It has also a very nice garden. It is named Villa Taranto. It's known as Villa Taranto, but the villa is a prefettura. It's like a public office, basically, pretty important public office, and you can visit it. Hence, you can't visit it, but you can see the gardens. It's like 16 hectares of garden. It's nice. It's really nice. I mean, I've spoken with people who had traveled the world. They've seen a lot of botanical gardens all around the world, and really, many of these people told me that that's really one of the nicest, if not the nicest garden they saw in the whole world. So it's really nice. I saw it like 4 or 5 times this year, and in different months. So the nice thing is that even for me, even if I saw it so many times in the same season, I never got bored of it, because in each different month there were different flowers, different plants. So it was really nice. And then near, not far to Lake Maggiore, we went to see the Lake Horta. Lake Horta, this is my lipstick. Lip balm, not lipstick. Lake Horta is also one of my favorites. It's so relaxing, not too crowded. It's small. It's very nice, very chilly. Yes, Lake Horta, we'd go to see Horta San Giulio, which is a really nice village located on the lake. Took the boat from Horta, went to see the Isola di San Giulio, the island of San Giulio, which is the only island on the lake, with a very nice church. You can have a very nice walk all around the island, very relaxing as well. And then, yes, that's pretty much it. And yes, of course, we had lunch in some very nice restaurants with the view of the lake, which was like super nice. This year I also went on the northern part of Lake Maggiore. I love that area because it's so nice. It's very relaxing as well. It's not so known because of Lake Maggiore. The main area, the most known area, is really Stresa with the islands, the Isole Borromee, because it's the closest place, the closest village from which you can reach islands. So that's the most known area, but still the lake is very big. It's huge. It's the second for dimension in Italy after Lake Garda, and it goes up north. If you look on a map, you see its form. And it is actually situated also in Switzerland for a part, for 20% of its surface on the north. There are so many nice villages. Really, I saw Cannobio. Cannobio is so nice. There is a lot of tourists coming from Germany to Cannobio, also from Switzerland, the German part of Switzerland, so to speak. But it's so nice. Also situated on the lake. Cannero Riviera is really nice. They have a small production of also of lemon oranges, which sounds strange because you are used to know the famous production of lemons and oranges from the south of Italy. So it's a tiny production, but it's still super good, of course. There is like a microclimate in that area because there is a good influence of the lake, of course, and then there is a protection from the mountains, because actually the landscape all around Lake Maggiore is very mountainy. There are a lot of mountains, not too high, but still. And that's also one of the reasons why I like that lake so much, because I love the mountains, but the seaside as well. So yes, then we also went to see Locarno. Locarno is nice. There is a nice main square with some nice buildings. There are the remains, the ruins, more or less, of the castle of the family Visconti. And then we used to go up on the hill behind Locarno up to the so-called Madonna del Sasso, which is a very nice Renaissance, more or less, church that you can visit. So very nice. Yes, well, we didn't work there, of course. We took a sort of cable car way. Yes, or cabin car, cable car. I don't remember how you call it in English. In Italian, it's funicolare. You have like a cabin. You have to go inside and it goes up. So it's all closed, basically. Yes, and then we went to see Bellinzona. Bellinzona is also very nice. There is a nice center. I call it the town, the city of the castles, because I have 3, but like super big castle. It's really crazy how big they still are, all the 3 castles. Yes, and then we also touched them, so to speak, the Lake of Lugano. Lake of Lugano is divided into Italy and Switzerland. It's mainly Switzerland, actually, but it's really nice as well. And yes, the landscape all around is also very full of mountains, but it's very nice. And yes, there we just had a small walk in the center of Lugano, which is, of course, the town that gives the name to the lake. Yes. So that was more or less the lake area. But in these tours, I used to go also to Milan. So in Milan, we went to visit the city of Milan, a part of the city of Milan, of course, because it's impossible to see it all in one day. It's too big. It's so nice, really, with a guide. So we went to see. So with the guide, we went to see the Duomo of Milan, one of the nicest churches, really, and one of the biggest as well. It's really nice. You can really lose yourself inside, literally. I mean, it's so big. Yes, and also the theater, La Scala from the outside, the gallery, Vittorio Emanuele, which is really nice as well. And that's it, basically. Oh, no, yes, of course, the castle. The Castello Sforzesco in Milan, there is a proper castle, basically in the middle of the city, which is also pretty amazing. And yeah, so we'd see maybe the court or just the main towers from the outside. We'd have maybe a little bus panoramic tour, one part of Milan, including views of the monumental cemetery, which is also huge. It's like so nice. And yes, and also on this tour we went to see Bergamo. You'd really be surprised about Bergamo. Bergamo is the typical town, which is town city, I would say, because it's not too small. But it's a typical city that you'd never imagine. It's so nice. I myself went there ages ago and I didn't remember it to be so nice. It's so nice. It's very historical. You have so many historical buildings, very nice roads, very nice, almost pedestrian city center. I'm talking about Bergamo Alta, which is the highest part of Bergamo, because Bergamo is actually divided into Bergamo Alta, so the high Bergamo, and Bergamo Bassa, the down Bergamo, so to speak. They're both nice, but the high Bergamo, the Bergamo Alta, is more like historical. It's so nice. There are so many nice buildings. Cappella Coleoni, there are the remains of the walls, the city gates, the square, the main square. It's really nice. There are really so many nice buildings, and also so many nice shops of all sorts, really, with typical things, typical items, typical food, very good restaurants, very good cafes. It's nice, and people are nice as well, so that helps as well. And yes, of course, we did also Lake Garda, but of Lake Garda we just did Sirmione, so we just touched Lake Garda very quickly. Sirmione is also very nice. It has a very nice town center with the remains, well, a big part actually of the Castello Scaligero, so very nice castle, which is it was really built on the water, so that's really amazing. And yes, and there is the center, the town center, with very nice tiny little roads. Yes, it's nice. It's really crowded many times, Sirmione, and there as well you'd have a lot of tourists from Germany, because, or from Austria, or from the Netherlands, because especially from Germany and Austria, you'd have the motorway and also a big railroad which comes directly from the north on the east side of Lake Garda, passing through Verona as well. So that's really handy, of course. Also, another thing we visited this year with the tour of the lakes was the super nice Villa Ritta, which is located in Lainate. Lainate is like half an hour drive from Milan, so it's not too far from Milan. And there is this villa which is very nice. We mainly went to see the part which is called Ninfeo, which is really nice. It's really rocky. It seems like you are in a grotto, really, but it's so nice. I think it mainly dates back to the Renaissance. It was so funny because there were some water games, literally water games, so fountains, like jumping out of nowhere, more or less. So the guys were like saying magic words in Italian, of course. And as soon as they said these magic words, you'd see these fountains coming out. It was so nice. It was so funny. And it was actually pretty useful as well, because especially when I went end of July, when it was like, I don't know, 35 degrees daily, it was like so warm, so hot, really too hot. Of course, having some water splashing us, it was really nice. So yes, that's a place also that I suggest you visit, but you'd have to go in the summer. Well, maybe in spring as well. I think they also close in at the end of October. So in winter they're closed. But it's very nice. It's not too far from Milan, so it's handy, really. And it's nice. It's not crowded, so it's not so famous. You won't find like a queue of tourists going there. And even the little town where it is located, Lainate, it's really small. So I remember arriving there with our bus with like a bunch of French people, 45 people coming, me guiding with my guide flag. And local people like watching us, like, so thinking, what are they doing here? Why are they interested to come to this our little town here? So yes, that was nice. So this was the tour of the lakes. If you would like, I'd be very happy on some other next videos, maybe not the next, but one of the next videos, to tell to you guys about the other tours that I did this year, and also tours and excursions I used to do some years ago. Very different as well. Yes, because it's tour leader is a very nice job. You can do really different type of tours, different type of excursions, tours, etc. So yes, let me know, you guys, if you'd be interested to hear about that, and please let me know if my soft spoken has improved. Alessandro, tell me if this is good. I know you're an expert about this. Yes, and as always, if you like the video, remember to drop a like, subscribe to my channel, contribute to my channel on Ko-Fi. I created a bundle, I think it's called a bundle. if you pay like €5 a month, I would send you the link of the video every time I post it, so like immediately. And then if you have any requests on any particular videos, I'd be happy to do them for you. So yes, thank you for being here with me as always, and I see you guys next time. Ciao ciao.